Good morning, tiny humans. It is Monday, August 31st, 2020. I'm so excited for us to dig into week 2, especially as we build our momentum, learning about genre and text features, and about ourselves as writers and readers this week. But I also wanted to give some shout outs to some of our work that I saw last week for our dream books. I thought this might also be helpful for those of you who are still struggling a little bit with how to put together your book cover and your explanation about what clues you gave the reader to understand the genre. What I loved about Edgar's piece is that he really gave me a lot of clues. He includes this kind of secret character. I think it might be a dragon. I think it might be something mythical and mysterious. I also see that he's blowing smoke, so I think that might introduce a level of adventure into my story. He also made sure that he included a lot of color and filled up the front of this book so it looks like something I would actually really want to read. One thing I would want to add to this book cover is a title so I know what the book is called and maybe who wrote the book so I would learn a little bit more about what to expect from the story I'm about to read. Edgar was also so descriptive with explaining why he chose the clues that he chose and has already started to think about the kind of story that he wants to tell. He says, the book cover shows a dragon's eyes glowing through the darkness of its cave. The cave is located in a mythical forest, which has red and blue trees. The lightning trail is what leads the person to the dragon. The fog is there because it was high in the mountains and it was getting dark. The genre I picked was fantasy because I like how there are unrealistic things that usually don't happen in real life, like animals talking and dragons. One of the clues I included was the dragon's eyes and smoke coming out, which means there is a dragon in the cave and the blue and red trees, which is a mythical forest. In his explanation, not only did he give me a good picture of what his book will probably be about, but importantly, he explained the specific genre he picked, fantasy, and the different clues he gave the reader, like the dragon's eyes or the blue and red trees, so I might know already from the cover that I can expect something kind of mythical and fantasy related in his story. One thing I did notice was that a couple of us went ahead and added the cover of a book that already exists. But remember, we're not just talking about books that we like to read. We are thinking of our dream book, the kind of book that we would want to write, a kind of world that we would want other people to experience through our words. All of these activities are helping us get our brains stronger and ready for our activity at the end of the unit, writing our very own story with a genre and audience in mind. So, the harder and more thoughtfully we think about these ideas now, the easier it will be at the end for us to put them all together for our own unique story. Today, our focus is all about authors. So the people who actually are behind writing the stories that we devour. So I want you to tell me, you can feel free to look this up. If you need to search who wrote your favorite book, who are your favorite authors to read? I personally love to read books by Roald Dahl, who wrote Matilda or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I also love Lemony Snicket, who wrote the series of Unfortunate Events books. But I want to hear some of your favorite authors. Tell me for our question of the day.